Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome back to Football Manager The Basics, otherwise known as FMTB. Now, it's been a little while since I recorded some episodes of this. I've just been playing along the rest of pre-season. We had a match against Spurs, I think, between the last episode and this one. It didn't end very well for us. We lost 3-1. However, in terms of player signing, we've done okay. We've let a couple of players go. We're negotiating still with a couple of other players, and I'm really looking forward to this first game of the season. Now, I'm going to get into this quite quickly because I want to show you guys this. Let me clear the selection first of all. Now, this episode is going to be me trialing the Van Gaal tactics. Excuse me. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Van Gaal tactics are, Louis Van Gaal, just taken over at Manchester United, did so in the summer. Mainly due to Man United's lack of players in key areas, also due to the fact that he played the tactics slightly during the World Cup with the Netherlands as well. He went for this kind of system with 3 at the back and then 2 wing backs, although I think his wing backs played along the line of the midfield. But then he had 2 centre midfielders, an attacking midfielder and 2 strikers. Now, more recently with Manchester United, he had players like Blackett, Evans, Jones, and then someone like, I think it was Valencia and Young, and then Fletcher and Herrera, Mata, Van Persie, Rooney. That kind of thing. That's basically the players that he had. And he got criticised for playing it. He got criticised a lot for playing it because Manchester United were fragile at the back and not very potent going forwards. Now, as you guys know, I have test careers, and I test out tactics, formations, players, things like that. And I was using my Whitehawk team. Using this system, I managed to get them promoted into League 2 and very nearly into the playoffs to get into League 1. So I think this tactic has some potential. I think there's something in this tactic that hasn't been explored in real life. So I'm going to give it a spin today. I'm going to try it out and see what the result is. Now, this is the first match I've used this tactic in, so the players aren't that familiar with it compared to the other 2 systems that we have. But I think we can get a decent result out of this. So I'm going to start picking the team. Obviously, we're going to have Hamer in goal. I'm going to put Giverin at left wing back. And then I'm going to put Arnold at... Whoops. That's totally not right. Come on. Arnold at right wing back. And this is why I was keen to beef up the number of centre-backs we had as well, because basically we need them. We're going to have Roberts there. We're going to have Mambo there. I think he does alright there. Actually, Mambo's better there. Now I'm stuck. Let's try Webster as the ball-playing defender. What the ball-playing defender does is they tackle and defend as well as a centre-back and as a limited defender, but they also have the ability to put a defence-splitting pass up the field. Normally I'd say to the trequartista, but again, you know, it's all dependent. Actually, Roberts is better there, so I'm going to play them like that. I didn't think Roberts would be a very good ball-playing defender, but apparently he is, so we'll give that one a go. Right, in midfield, let's try... I kind of want to try Henderson on the left side, and somebody like Lazenby, I believe, yeah, he's a youth player. Elliott maybe, or O'Connor. Let's try Michael O'Connor in that role, and then we're going to have Musa playing in the cam, because though he's not... Actually, no, he is a good trequartista. He didn't used to be. I think he's been trained up elsewhere. Actually, they're better off that way round. O'Connor's a pretty good ball-winning midfielder, and I think Henderson is a better box-to-box midfielder. Right, up front, we have a pretty good choice, actually, now. We have players like Iliev, Ball, McMenamin, Phillips, Koulibaly, Islamovic. Let's try Islamovic there and see what role he plays best in. In fact, he's not that good at any of them, to be honest. We've got a big squad now. We're going to have to loan out some players. Joel Parkin is a good in that role. How's Phillips? Phillips is more of a poacher. I'd say he epitomises poacher. He makes it his. McMenamin is more of the complete forward. He's a good target man, but we are lacking a little bit up front. So let's see what the assistant picks. Now he picks Islamovic there and Koulibaly there, and then he picks a bench of Blackman, Payet, who's our new signing. He's agreed a 2-year deal, I think it was. And then Hurst, Parkin, McLaughlin, Hughes, and Ball. I feel a bit bad leaving Hughes out of the team, because he could actually play in one of these roles. But I think him coming off the bench, he'll have more of an impact than most of our other players coming off the bench. So let's try this. Let's try this lineup. We're 5 minutes in and we haven't really started the match yet. So we need to get a move on. Let's throw number 20 at Payet. Right. I call this the smiley face formation as well, because you imagine if these are eyes, that's a triangular nose, and then you've got the smile. I don't know what the keeper counts as, but you've got the smiley face. Okay. Players to look out for. Excuse me, my throat is terrible today. Not that many. Devante Cole, maybe. Mark Gower. Blair Adams. I'd say they're the standouts. So we want to motivate the players. Wow, my throat is really bad. Okay, let's go for no, come on, lads, show me what you can do. There you go. We got a positive response from Hamer and Henderson, both of whom making their professional debuts for us. And let's get going. So you'll see it's a little bit tentative to start with, moving the ball around, trying to get a feel for the game, etc. We've got good passing movement going on between Henderson and O'Connor. That's the ball to Musa, Islamovic, over the top towards Giverin, just headed away from him. Now here's the issue with this formation is, you win the ball, you move it around a little bit, goes on for quite a while, and then suddenly you lose the ball, and it's, how long is it going to be before you win it back again? Luckily in this case, because we're only 40 seconds in now, they haven't got warmed up yet either, so it goes out for a goal kick. You see where we are in the league at the moment as well. Yeah, it goes out for a goal kick, but really we want to be pushing up as high as possible, as soon as possible, without leaving ourselves exposed at the back. And that's where the 3 men at the back come into it, because then you can have your wing backs push high up the pitch, but you've still got the extra man back because you've got 3 defenders instead of 2. And then having a ball-winning midfielder in the centre of the park as well, set to defence, they always drop back, and you can actually make a back 4 out of the 3 centre-backs and the ball-winning midfielder. The box-to-box midfielder can then link up with the trequartista and form a 2-man attacking midfield, and the wing-backs can either be full-backs or attacking wingers, depending on where they are at the time. So when the formation works, and I can see where Van Gaal was coming from when he was trying this out at Man United, when it works very, very well. When it doesn't work, and that you haven't got the right players, playing midfielders as wing-backs is never really a good idea, because they'll either not bother attacking, because they don't want to get caught out, or they'll always attack and they won't bother tracking back, in which case they will get caught out. Whereas if you have wing-backs playing as wing-backs, so in our case we've got Arnold, who's sort of, I mean, he's a full-back really. Having full-backs as wing-backs is almost as effective as having wing-backs as wing-backs, in that they know how to defend and they also know how to attack. So you have a really good left-back, for example, who can get up the pitch, put some decent crosses into the box. All you do is you move him that little bit further up the pitch in terms of his starting position, and he'll still come back and defend, but he'll also do a good job up front. And it works. It really does work. Like I said, I got my Whitehawk team promoted twice. And if better shot there from Musa, and it would have been a prime example of how the trequartista goes in front of the striker, and then the full-back plays it through, or the wing-back, sorry, plays it through, and you can end up with a goal. Did not mean to click that. That's what I meant to click. Islamovic has picked up a small injury. We'll assess his situation at half-time, because that is approaching, just round the corner now. Both of our wing-backs have been booked as well, which is a bit of a pain. Means that they're going to have to be careful in the second half. That was a shocking ball from Mambo. Arnold was tracking back, but like I said, he can't really make a challenge. And that's Mambo giving away a penalty. Perfect. I think Mambo is good enough to play in League One. No doubt about that. technically he has the ability. I'm not so keen on the amount of mistakes he makes, like that for example, and I think he also made a mistake in, I think it was either the playoffs or the match before, in the last season. He made a couple of errors which could have costed us. Luckily though, we have got Hamer in goal, and that's why I wanted to focus on signing up a goalkeeper first. I think Hamer and Blackman, I believe, were the first two players we signed this season. And you can see why when they okay, it wasn't a very good penalty, but when they pull off saves like that, it's crucial. It's fundamental to the success of a team if you have a goalkeeper who is solid enough that your back four or your back three or your back five, however many it might be, feel more comfortable playing where they're playing. Right, we're at half time. Islamovic, I don't think is going to be fit enough to continue, so I think a substitution is in order. Maybe bringing on Parkin. He has the strength. He's pretty good in that complete forward role. He's one of the best players we've got in that position, so I see no harm in bringing him on. So we might as well do that. So he's now come on for Islamovic. Everyone else is looking okay. The only two I'm worried about are Arnold and Giverin, but like I said, that's because they've been booked. Apart from that, we're good. We're doing well. The next substitution I believe that will benefit the team will probably be bringing off Henderson if his rating doesn't improve. That was a good ball from Musa. That was unlucky from Koulibaly. Got a good turnout. Away fans filled the stand. I believe these matches are still being played at Sixfields. Coventry in real life, of course, have returned to the Ricoh Arena, and I'm very happy that that's happened because I think that the circumstances in which they had to move to Northampton shouldn't be existing in football. They should never exist in modern football. So the fact that they've gone back to the Ricoh, they've managed to sort out with the owners so that they can actually play football there again. And of course they had the big thing on Sky. They televised the first game back, and Coventry won. So it's a happy ending for all concerned in the end. And I'm sure Northampton benefited financially from it too. So it's not like they've missed out on revenue for the rest of the season. That's another safe shot from Koulibaly. Again, we're getting close to a goal. I'm going to bring Hughes on at left wing back. And again, this is a risk, but I think it's one worth taking. We haven't actually got any centre midfielders on the bench, nor have we got any attacking midfielders on the bench. One of the players we are talking to, in terms of negotiating, is an attacking midfielder. And if it's the one that if he agrees to join, which it's looking positive, we're going to have a really, really good attack. And it'll encourage me to use more of an attacking, like a 4-2-3-1 kind of system again, rather than this system, or even the 4-4-2 diamond, which we had set up. Because last season we did well with the 4-2-3-1. It was only towards the end of the season that we started looking at other formations like the 4-4-2 diamond, which at the time was my favourite system, I must admit. But things change. Football changes. Other teams suss you out, so you have to keep up to date with what they know about you and change accordingly so that you're always catching them out. And I think we've certainly caught Coventry out with this one, because I only actually set the tactics up the game day before the match. So they would not have known that we were going to play this system, although that's really sloppy at the back. Great save from Hamer, once again keeping us in the game. That's really, really poor at the back from the three defenders. They all stepped forward to try and play the offside trap, and Wilson was miles onside. Before that though, we were having some decent chances. 14 shots, 5 on target. They've had 9 and 5. So if we can get some of our loose shots on target, we'll do alright this season. And it's good that we've got 3 systems that the players are both used to and can also do well at. They're not like sit back, defend deep. There you go, you see there's the wing back, Jeff Hughes. Would you expect to see a wing back hovering around the 18-yard box like that, even when you've got the ball? I'd say no. I'd say they'd be slightly outside the 18-yard box. You can see where Hughes is. He's just down here. And as the shot comes in from Parkin, he's already over the 18-yard line, and he's on the rebound. So it's very good awareness from him, but it's also a very good team dynamic in that even though the action's happening on the right-hand side of the pitch, the left-hand side of the pitch is still ready just in case it comes out to them. So, yeah, we're 1-0 up. And we've won 1-0 as well. Very, very late goal, actually. 89th minute that goal from Hughes went in. Very, very well played. So we'll take it back to the score screen, guys, and then we're going to end this episode. There we go. Right. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed watching it, and until next time, I will see you soon.